What if one of your closest friends is quietly draining your mental health right now, and you don't even realize it? Not every toxic friend looks like a villain. Some of them hug you, laugh with you, remember your birthday, and still leave you feeling smaller every single time you hang out. That's what makes this so dangerous. It doesn't always announce itself. Think of your social circle as a garden you've spent years growing. Most of it is healthy, but every now and then, a weed slips in disguised as a flower. And by the time you notice the damage, it's already wrapped its roots around everything else. Today we're breaking down the psychology-backed personality types and the warning signs that separate a real friend from a toxic one. The ones hiding in plain sight in your friend group right now. Stick around until the end, because the last sign is the one almost everyone overlooks, and it might be the most damaging of all. Before we get into it, if you care about protecting your peace and your relationships, now's the perfect moment to hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel keep putting out content that helps you recognize these patterns before they cost you your well-being. The secret keeper. You know, the friend who always seems to have the inside scoop on everyone? At first, it feels exciting, like you've been let into an exclusive club. But here's the uncomfortable question you eventually have to ask. If they're happy to hand you everyone else's secrets, what are they saying about you the moment you leave the room? This friend doesn't just share information. They trade it, like currency, to buy closeness and status. Your personal life becomes material for someone else's entertainment. And once your private moments start circulating without your permission, real trust becomes impossible. A genuine friend protects your confidence. This one profits from it. The no-show friend. They make plans and then cancel at the last second. They promise to be there and then go quiet. Sometimes they don't even bother to explain. You're just left waiting, wondering what happened. It can feel minor in the moment, but repeated cancellations send a message louder than words. You're not a priority. Over time, this pattern chips away at your sense of security in the friendship and can leave you quietly questioning your own worth. A friendship built on broken promises is a friendship built on sand. The rival in disguise. Every friendship has its ups and downs, but this friend turns absolutely everything into a competition. Share good news, and somehow they've done it better, faster, or bigger. Open up about a struggle, and somehow their situation is worse. Instead of celebrating your wins or sitting with you in your hard moments, they quietly reframe the conversation to be about them. That's nice, but honestly, anyone could do that. A healthy friendship treats your success as shared success. This one treats it as a threat, and being around that kind of energy for long enough will wear down even the strongest self-esteem. The master manipulator. This is the one to watch most closely, because unlike the others, this friend usually knows exactly what they're doing. They're not just difficult by accident, they're skilled at it. At first, they can seem like the best friend you've ever had. Charming, attentive, endlessly supportive. They make you feel truly seen. But slowly, subtly, the strings start to appear. Guilt trips disguised as honesty. Manufactured drama meant to keep you off balance. Quiet efforts to isolate you from other people in your life. I heard they were talking about you, but don't worry, I've always got your back. Sudden over-the-top generosity that later gets used as leverage. After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me? And just when you start pulling away, a wave of affection and compliments arrives, right on time, to make you doubt your own instincts. That push and pull isn't love, it's control, wrapped in the language of closeness. The energy vampire. Spending time with this friend feels like running a marathon you never signed up for. You start off fine, maybe even happy to see them. By the end, you're completely wiped out. Every conversation becomes a one-way download. Their stress, their drama, their crisis of the week. And somehow, they never once ask how you're actually doing. At first you listen, because you care. But eventually the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. To them, you're not a friend. You're an outlet. They unload, feel lighter, and walk away, while you're left carrying weight that was never yours to begin with. A real friendship runs both directions. This one only runs one way. The perpetual victim. Much like the energy vampire, this friend always has a crisis, and somehow, nothing is ever their fault. At first, you feel for them and want to help. But slowly, a pattern emerges. They reject every solution you offer, because what they actually want isn't help. It's sympathy, on a loop. If their problems ever start to fade, a new one conveniently appears to keep the attention flowing. Left unaddressed, this dynamic quietly turns you into an unpaid emotional caretaker. a job that was never yours to take on. 5 ways to spot a toxic friend. They lack empathy. This is often the clearest tell. In a healthy friendship, empathy is the foundation of emotional support, the ability to sit with someone else's feelings without dismissing them. When it's missing, your struggles get brushed aside, minimized, or met with criticism instead of comfort. Pay attention to how they respond the next time you actually need them. Do they lean in, or do they check out? Drama seems to follow them everywhere. Everyone goes through hard times. That's normal. But someone who is constantly at the center of chaos and never once responsible for any of it is showing you something important. Psychologists note that people who consistently cast themselves as the victim often rely on calculated manipulation to get what they want, and a constant need for drama frequently signals a deeper need for attention and validation. They're unreliable again and again. One canceled plan is life. A consistent pattern of no-shows, last-minute excuses, and broken promises is a message. Therapists often point out that the way someone treats their friendships tends to mirror how they feel about themselves. And if they don't value themselves, they likely won't fully value you either. If you've raised the issue directly and nothing changes, that's disrespect, not an accident. Envy shows up instead of excitement. Watch closely how they react to your good news versus your bad news. A toxic friend often responds to your wins with subtle put-downs. Must be nice. You got lucky. While lighting up, even slightly, when something goes wrong for you. That's envy, not friendship. They steamroll your boundaries. If you've clearly and calmly explained what upsets you, and they keep doing it anyway, that's not a misunderstanding. That's a decision. A friend who respects you will adjust their behavior once they know it hurts you. One who doesn't is telling you your comfort isn't a priority. When the whole friend group is the problem, sometimes it's not just one person, it's the entire circle. Experts point to a few unmistakable signs of a toxic friend group as a whole. A culture of gossip and backstabbing instead of loyalty and trust. Honesty that's really just cruelty dressed up as bluntness. Constant one-upping instead of genuine celebration of each other's wins. Guilt-tripping and social pressure used to control members and keep everyone in line. Non-stop negativity, where every small issue gets blown into a full-blown crisis. And a near-total disregard for personal boundaries, right down to controlling who else you're allowed to be friends with. If several of these sound painfully familiar, it might be time to take a step back and ask some hard questions about the group as a whole, not just one person in it. The real question. Toxic friends don't always arrive wearing a warning label. Some reveal themselves slowly. Others start out as genuinely good people and drift into these patterns over time without even realizing it. Either way, the question that actually matters isn't, are they a bad person? It's simpler and far more useful than that. Does this friendship make your life better or worse? If you're honest with yourself and the answer is worse, that's not something to brush aside. It's a sign it might be time to start weeding the garden for your own sake. If any of this hit home, do yourself a favor. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. It's the simplest way to support this channel and keep content like this coming so you can protect your peace before it's tested again. Which type showed up in your life or your friend group? Tell us in the comments. Your story might be exactly what helps someone else finally see their situation clearly.